This is Shelley Craft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the 2016 LD Micro Invitational in Bel Air, California. I have with me Richard MacPherson from Midwest Energy Emissions Corp. It's a publicly traded company, MEEC. Richard, welcome to SNNLive.
Thank you, Shelley. It's nice to be here, and folks, nice to be able to bring the news from Midwest to the public.
So, let's start with an overview of the company, and then we'll go from there.
Sure. Midwest Energy Emissions Corp has been in business for 8 years now. We've been commercially operating across the U.S. and Canada for the last 6. We control mercury emissions at coal-fired power plants across the country and are especially busy now that the law has taken effect as of April this year.
What changed in the law that's making you more successful?
Well, now the law is in place, and over 800 power plant boilers across the country need to be in compliance with it. That means that there's a huge multi-billion-dollar industry that's been regulated into operation, and we have the best technology in the country to meet those requirements.
What is the technology specifically? What's the basis of it?
The technology is a sorbent technology that was created by the Energy Environment Research Center. We acquired all of the rights and patents pending to that technology back in 2008 and have been commercializing and applying and improving that technology ever since.
You know, I've been hearing about coal a lot lately. Here we are in 2016 with the stress on clean tech. You're helping the clean tech world, but is the coal industry expanding again in the U.S.?
Shelley, I don't believe the coal industry is expanding, but I don't believe it's declining anymore either. I think its heydays are behind us, but the coal plants and the coal resource we have here in the country is enormous and will continue on as a base load of providing power to Americans for many, many years to come.
Now, let's get into the capital expense of adding your system into these coal-burning plants.
Well, since the law went into effect earlier this year, the majority of the plants in the U.S. have a large chemical system, an activated carbon injection system in place at their power plant. For a very small capex of approximately $250,000, we put a front-end system with that under our patented approach, and we minimize the cost dramatically, optimizations generally in the 30+% range.
So if you multiply your cost times the amount of plants in the U.S., you pretty much get to a number of potential sales. When do you go abroad?
Going abroad is probably a 3-year out plan for us. We have about what we figure 150 more boilers that would benefit tremendously from using our technology. So our expectation is to nail those down over the next 3 years before we go international.
From the standpoint of internal R&D, what else do you have in the planning stages?
We continually develop new compounds for our systems. We are a technology company with the brightest and best chemists in our midst. And what we do is test as we go in the field to reduce costs, but the relationship with the Energy Environment Research Center allows us to have the know-how and the support of over 300 engineers and technicians from that field.
Richard, what's your background?
My background is generally as an entrepreneur. I've been called a serial entrepreneur. I basically have been working to develop businesses for the last 20-odd years and been successful in several different fields.
So tell me about your 2017 milestones that would make you a happy man.
I really think that the company has the potential and the market is there for us to double our year-over-year business going forward for the next several years. And that would mean with approximately $40 million of contracted business on the books per year that we would be expecting to double that into the 75 to 80 million range next year and onward.
So Richard, let's get your website out there for our investor audience if you would.
Sure. So you can find us at MidwestEmissions.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Richard MacPherson, Midwest Energy Emissions Corp. It's a publicly traded company, symbol MEEC. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive, and we're coming to you live from the 2016 LD Micro Invitational in Bel Air, California. Richard, thanks for coming on to SNNLive.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me, Shelley.
Good to have you.